rapture, and Armageddon. Those events have captivated Christians and non-Christians for nearly 2,000 years.
Well, now a group of Jewish and Gentile believers is reaching back to the ancient past for answers to our future.
The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come.
So I did a comparison. I went to NASA's website to see if there would be any total lunar eclipses or total solar eclipses in the next 10 years.
And what he found were 4 in a row.
To my surprise, in 2014 and 2015, NASA has what is called a tetrad. There are 4 total lunar eclipses back to back.
And 2 significant solar eclipses as well. In 2014, on March 20th to 21st, April 15th, and October 8th. And in 2015, on April 4th, September 13th, and September 28th. But it wasn't the number of eclipses that caught his attention. It was the dates on the Jewish calendar on which they fell.
There was a total lunar eclipse on the first day of Passover, and a total lunar eclipse on the first day of the Feast of Tabernacles again.
In both years, and
the Feast of Trumpets, there's a solar eclipse, and there's also a total solar eclipse beginning the religious year.
And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Revelation 6:12.
These kind of celestial phenomena are prophetically significant to Messianic believers, Bilt says, because
I see with what's going on in the world today, all the turmoil you see with earthquakes and famines and the hurricanes, everything going on, the floods. I think it's a wake-up call to both Jews and Christians that we'd be looking up and looking for the Messiah.
And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Luke 21:25.
But we won't have to wait until 2015 to find out if what Pastor Biltz and his Messianic colleagues believes is true. We could all know, they say, in as little as 2 months.
The weather and the climate are making news in more than one region. A terrible drought has already
We do not know how much our climate could or will change in the future.
More than a week of severe flooding has killed at least 72 people in Central and Eastern Europe and Western Russia.
The heaviest recorded rainfall in Indian history has unleashed the worst flooding in living memory.
We do not know how fast change will occur, or even how some of our actions could impact.
In Chicago, the heat is a plague. This morning, they were collecting bodies.
Thousands of firefighters in Southern California are battling a newly formed super wildfire.
The heat is on coast to coast. Even Arizona is having a heat.
Tennessee was battered by killer tornadoes.
New Orleans is no longer safe to live in. It is that simple and that stark.
Hell and high water, one and the same again today in a city overwhelmed, under siege, in the grip of unmitigated, unprecedented catastrophe.
Where is that more apparent, of course, than New Orleans? Now a city of displaced people, refugees.
20 feet of water from Lake Pontchartrain. Add to that violence, deprivation, desperation, the rising threat of disease.
Should it be that man-made global warming?
Shalom, shalom, Jerusalem. Peace be to you. When Messiah comes to take us home, may his praise be found in you. Pray for peace, Jerusalem, city of our God. Their salvation was poured out for you, the atoning of the Lord. Once your streets filled with joy, branches raised up high, shouting, blessed be the Holy One, Yeshua Adonai.